And welcome back to the Cincinnati Reds franchise mode here on MLB The Show 24. And the Reds have completely constructed a super team in the offseason. I mean, we are absolutely loaded, and look at the start we are having to start 2026. Yes, Elly De La Cruz does get hurt, but we are 10-2. And I know we started off hot last season, but not like this. 17-2 start. Oh my goodness. Insane stuff's going down here in Cincinnati to start the season. 20-3, 21-3. Oh. That's unfortunate. Bryce Harper's out for 2 to 3 months with a broken leg. However, as long as, again, we just get into the playoffs, we're going to be a dominant force. I mean, hell, we're 23-4 to start the season, and that's without Bryce Harper. And hey, I'm not saying that our big blockbuster trade in the offseason, not like we don't need that guy, but we signed Anthony Rizzo as well in the offseason. And Anthony Rizzo, he's not Bryce Harper, but he is a guy who is a serviceable backup at this point of his career. And again, we are headed on down to Los Angeles, California to take on the 19-8 Dodgers, but we are 23-4 heading into this matchup between the two best teams, I would say, right now in the National League. Of course, the Dodgers were the National League champions last season, but they lost in the World Series to the Seattle Mariners, and we're going to take on a really good pitcher tonight in Bobby Miller. The Reds struggled to summon our first episode of the season playing against Josiah Gray. I don't know, Bobby Miller might be tough. He's going to get Elly De La Cruz looking on that curveball. TJ Friedl will elevate that changeup. However, that ball's ultimately going to be caught in center field by James Outman. 2 down in the inning, and here's your Reds lineup tonight. It goes De La Cruz, Friedl, Tucker, Hernandez, Benson, McLean, Rizzo, Steer, and Yan Gomes just getting the start tonight at catcher instead of Tyler Stevenson. Stevenson, by the way, starting the season off not hot at all. He's batting like 160, which really sucks, so I don't know, we'll see. Here is Jose Urquidy pitching tonight. Of course, we got him from Houston in the offseason. He's done really well so far this year with a 2.59 ERA, and he'll get Freddie Freeman to start things off and grounding out to Spencer Steer at third. 1 down for Stephen Kwan. He was an offseason pickup for the Dodgers, and Kwan will line out in left field. There is Teoscar Hernandez. Here's Shohei Ohtani on the 1-2 pitch. Ohtani really just bet on himself right there and picked up that single. Again, really relied and bet on himself to go out there and get that single. I think he bet on himself as well to get this stolen base, and he will. So if you have the Shohei Ohtani hit plus stolen base parlay, it does cash here tonight. Urquidy, though, is going to strike out James Outman on that pitch away as we go to the top of the second. Teoscar Hernandez going to rip one. Obviously used to be on the Dodgers, played here last season. He's going to line out, though, to his replacement this year in Stephen Kwan. Will Benson going to take that 102 mile an hour ball, so he's going to walk. Here comes Matt McLean. They're going to call that a strike, but Benson easily is able to steal second base. So McLean's still in the box on a 3-2 pitch. Just going to be late. Again, it's going to be tough catching up to that 102 mile an hour fastball by Bobby Miller. Again, Benson tags the third, so we're still going to need a hit here in this top of the second to take the lead, and Anthony Rizzo, unfortunately, will not be able to provide that for us. Again, 100 on the gun's going to be tough. Rizzo pops out into center field. Let's move on to the bottom of the second. Will Smith leading things off for the Dodgers, and Los Angeles' catcher will strike out in that fastball up and in. Here's the Candyman, Jeimer Candelario. Of course, we traded him to the Dodgers last year at the deadline when we were selling. Candy grounds out, though, to his former teammate Matt McLean, and Andy Pages will fly out to center to TJ Friedl. So we are still scoreless to the top of the third. We've got 2 very good pitchers on the mound tonight, too, so we'll see how that goes. Spencer Steer, though, will walk on that Miller curveball away that misses. He's now going to try to swipe second base, and yeah, he's out by a mile. Will Smith guns him down. Yan Gomes will finish his at-bat by flying out into right field over to Andy Pages. 2 down in the inning for Elly De La Cruz on the 1-2 pitch. Elly chops one right to the second baseman out there in Miguel Vargas. We go to the bottom of the third. The Reds still held scoreless in this game, and Vargas, speaking of the man, will strike out on that Jose Urquidy fastball. Here comes Trey Sweeney, the rookie shortstop, going to hit one on the ground right to Elly De La Cruz. By the way, it is just a routine day off for Mookie Betts tonight. That's why he's not in the lineup, and that's why Freddie Freeman, who just struck out, is in the leadoff spot instead. Neither team has scored through 3 innings. And, Jose Urquidy's doing his job for the Reds, and I think we're just going to have trouble tonight hitting off of Bobby Miller. It's just, that's how it's going to be. Kyle Tucker lines one to third. He'll be on with an infield single, so there's that. Our first base runner of the game, and yeah, we ground right into a double play. It was our first base knock of the game. Teoscar Hernandez hits one hard, but it results straight into a double play ball. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Stephen Kwan will find himself on first base with a single. Oh, he's going to look for two. Testing the arm of his previous left fielder in LA. Teoscar Hernandez will gun him out at second base. Don't know why Kwan would try to do that. Maybe Ohtani, had the double tonight on his parlay. But anyways, Ohtani is going to pop out to Yan Gomes. Two gone for James Outman. Outman hits one over the head of Urquidy. McLean's able to corral it, but Outman beats it out. So it's an infield single for the Dodgers center fielder. Here comes Will Smith. Oh, they're going to give us the benefit of the doubt on the call. Wow, that curveball is going to land for a strike. We'll take it. Urquidy gets out the slight jam. We go to the top of the fifth. Benson strikes out. McLean chops one on the ground. Again, hits and base runners are definitely at a premium here tonight. The Dodgers only with 3 hits. The Reds with 1. Rizzo, kills the baseball up the middle, but it's lined out. You can't hit it better than that. No fault of Anthony Rizzo right there to end the top of the fifth. Jose Urquidy, though, forcing soft contact. Jeimer Candelario pops out. Andy Pages on the 1-2 pitch gets one to fall right in front of Friedel, and that's just baseball, right? Pages doesn't hit it as hard as Rizzo does, but that one's going to fall, and Rizzo's doesn't. Pages, though, trying to take second base. Oh, they're going to say he's safe? I didn't think he got that. It doesn't matter, though. The inning's going to end. Trey Sweeney is going to fly out to Kyle Tucker in right field. Thought we should have got the out at second base instead, though. We go to the top of the sixth. Spencer Steer lines one to right center field, and oh my goodness, James Outman takes one away from Steer with the dive. Still now only 1 hit so far on the night for the Reds. Yan Gomes flies out into right field. Ellie De La Cruz tries to bunt for a hit, but okay, the bunt's going to end up right in the glove of Will Smith. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Freddie Freeman leading things off for the Dodgers. Matt McLean is going to nonchalantly make that play to first. Here comes Stephen Kwan, hits one on the ground right back to McLean. This is going to be tough, 71 speed. Kwan's on with an infield single. So a speedy runner on first base for the Dodgers. That one's going to get away from Yan Gomes. Kwan trying to take second, and Gomes kind of showing his age. Not able to block that. Kwan takes second, and now Shohei will move him over to third. So as long as Urquidy can set down James Outman, we're going to be fine, but he walks him. They're on the corners with 2 outs, and here comes Michael Kopech. Drafted in the Rule 5 draft, he will get Will Smith on the 1-1, and Kopech, gonna get him to fly out into center to TJ Friedel. We will take it. Kopech does his job as we go into the 7th. Still 0-0 is our score, and Bobby Miller still in the game, dealing for the Dodgers. He gets Friedel to pop out. Here comes Kyle Tucker, pitch 105. Friedel grounds one, and there is Freddie Freeman to snag it. 2 down, Teo on the 1-1. Just gonna hit the fastball into center field. Bobby Miller is through 7 shutout innings, but he doesn't have any run support. Jeimer Candelario hits one hard into center, but TJ Friedel's under it. 1 gone, 7 spot up. It's Andy Pages on the 2-2 pitch. Pages into right. That's probably going to go foul, but Kyle Tucker, doesn't matter. He's over there. 2 down, Miguel Vargas on the 1-2 pitch. Vargas into center. There's Friedel as well. So back-to-back flyouts, or actually 4 straight if we go back to last inning for Michael Kopech. It does a job. We're into the 8th and no team has scored. The Reds still with 1 hit. Will Benson flies out into right. Matt McLean on the 1-1 pitch hits one into right field. That ball's going to be caught. To the dish, Anthony Rizzo. He's hit the ball hard tonight. Pitch 119 for Bobby Miller. That ball's crushed, but it's going foul, and it happens to be caught by Stephen Kwan. Bottom 8, Mookie Betts is pinch hitting. He strikes out looking. That's who we kept Kopech out there for, and now Gregory Soto will come out to see Freeman, Kwan, Ohtani, Outman, and he's going to get Freeman to fly out right there on that sinker. TJ Friedel going to call off Kyle Tucker on that fly ball in the right center field gap. We've got 2 down for Stephen Kwan, and Kwan overextends on the slider and strikes out. To the 9th, still 0-0. Here comes Xavier Curry. ERA of 6 so far in the season, over 12 innings pitched. He'll see Yan Gomes first. I don't want to pinch hit Gomes because we don't have any lefties off the bench right now with Rizzo starting, so Gomes just pops out. Ellie De La Cruz in the 1-1 pitch. He's going to line one with 2 outs into right field. That ball gets down, and now the Reds have their 2nd hit, and the tying runs in scoring position. Can TJ Friedel bring him in? Oh man, he strikes out. Ball gets away from Will Smith, but Smith gets it in time to throw Friedel out at first. So if the Reds are going to win, this game's going to have to be in extra innings. Soto, though, strikes out Ohtani. James Outman on the 1-2. Soft contact, it gets down. Outman into right field, he's on with a 1-out single. We go back to the pen and go to Mason Miller. Miller will see Smith and Candelario if needed. 4.35 ERA on the season. Miller gets Smith to ground one. Spencer Steer to second to Matt McLain. McLain to Rizzo. And the Reds get out the jam as we go to the top of the 10th. Kyle Tucker, oh my goodness. Perfect 110 off the bat, and it's a ground out. Xavier Curry still pitching. We're going to try to swipe third with Friedel, and he's toast. Yeah, we've really backed ourselves into a corner here. Teoscar Hernandez flies out into left field, and if we're going to win, it's going to have to be in the 11th. Still 0-0, and we're going to bring out our closer now in Camilo Doval. So the Reds walk the leadoff man in J-Mayer, bringing up Pages. That ball should be played by... What is Elly De La Cruz doing? Okay, that's the game, but like, what are we doing, Elly? De La Cruz goes to cover second base. McLain goes and plays the baseball, but in the process, Elly De La Cruz kicks the baseball and it gets away from Matt McLain. So we can't even get the out at first base and the run scores. I mean, just a weird ending to a game that ends 1-0. Hell yeah, we couldn't score, but like, what are we doing? If De La Cruz fields that ball, he can tag second himself. He can go to first, he can get two, and then just like that, runner on third with 2 outs, we can get out the jam. So not really Camilo Doval's fault. He forces weak contact, and the Reds just fall short tonight. So it's an extra innings loss, 1-0. Again, the Reds' bats just simply didn't show up. But again, it's fine. It's only our 5th loss of the season, and we just played our 28th game. So I think the Reds will be all right. We just got to figure out some of these, these stances and these, motions, a lot of these hitters. But I think we'll be all right. We just got to regroup and really just refocus as we keep on going here in the 2026 regular season. The Reds now 23-5. The Dodgers now 19-9. Again, between these two behemoths in the National League. So folks, thank you all for watching episode number 37 of the Cincinnati Reds franchise mode here on MLB The Show 24. If you haven't yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. And Mamba forever.